All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to LisaBug Cardio Strength Fusion. We have Functional Fitness Friday and capital FUN on the fun. So what I wanted to do this month was pick some movements that are functional, that we do in everyday life. So for instance, just picking up something off the floor and putting it on a shelf. We have to do things like that every single day. But we can put that in our workouts. We can make it fun and challenging. We can do that at any level. I'm also going to pull in some different sports type activities because we all have that inner athlete within us. And then maybe a little bit of dance styles now and then, so we can let our inner dancer come out and shine. So you guys are in the comfort of your own home just to play with these movements, make them fun, and make them yours. Also, welcome to those of you joining me later on YouTube. So every workout is really important that we start with a great warm up. So we're going to be spending some time really warming up every single joint of the body, some nice, easy, dynamic stretches at the beginning. And then I have, let's see, 5 different functional fitness movements that we're going to do. For the first half of the time we spend doing them, we're going to do them without weights and with a cardio intention. So to get the heart rate up, so the movement's going to be quicker, more dynamic. We'll have the option to maybe add bigger jumps or toe raises, something to get the heart rate up. Then we'll take that same style of movement and add weights to it, whatever you have at home, so we can slow it down a little bit, but add some muscle work to that. So hopefully you've got at least 1 to 2 different sizes of weights with you. I want you to have everything at the ready that you have at home for resistance training. All right, so let's clear your space first to start. One of the most functional movements that we can do is a squat, because we need to get up and down out of a chair. So I want you to sit back into your heels and squat and rise. So as always with LisaBug classes, I'm just giving some suggestions. I'm your coach, I'm your motivator, but you are the one that's picking how you want to work out today. What is your speed of movement? What are some of the modifications that you have to add for your body today? So the warm-up, we can start to diagnose how the body feels. It's the end of the week, unless you're doing this later at a different day on YouTube. It's a Friday. So maybe you've had a lot of exercise through the week. So you might want to just keep it a little bit on the down low. Or if you haven't worked out at all, this is the big push to set you into the weekend. All right, let's see how the shoulders are feeling. So we'll squat and lift the right arm up, squat and lift the left arm up. Looking to warm up those shoulders. And the depth of that squat, you can make it a baby one, little tiny, or you can really generously bend those knees and take it on down, just depending on how you're feeling today. Let's add a side bend with this. So as you come up, reach and stretch. And stretch. So part of our warm-up is to gradually start to elevate that heart rate. Starting from a resting rate, we want to begin to move it up into zone 2, which is that lower part of our heart rate training zone. Getting out any kinks that we have, any soreness in the muscle, we're exploring that. Let's do one more on each side. Now we'll squat, tap your toe out and reach across. Squat, tap your toe and reach across. Adding some rotation and look the direction you're reaching. Send your gaze across. Now, if you want to start to add some pace with this, we can speed it up. Elevating that heart rate a little bit more. Down and up, bending the knees and raising. Let's do about 4 more on each side, depending on your speed. And 1 more on each side. And then just come back into those squats. down and up. So I want to start to warm up the hamstrings a little bit. So you'll squat and kick the heel towards your butt. Squat and kick it back. So we're activating that hamstring muscle and then adding some arms, reach and pull, reach and pull. A little bit of balance if you pause there for a second, holding that balance slightly. And the pull is to open the chest, to stretch open the shoulders, to squeeze those shoulder blades together and start to work on good posture. Let's do about 4 more of these on each leg. Oh, I do feel the heart rate coming up. I can tell in my breathing when I'm coaching. Nice job. And then just back to your squats. So we've done quite a few squats, so the warm legs are starting to feel warm, those quads and glutes. Now we'll focus on the outer thighs and hips. So we'll squat down and lift the leg side. This is one of our exercises from last month, the lateral leg raise. And then we can warm up those shoulders with a lateral arm raise. Good job. And with every movement that we do, we go back and reinforce a really strong core connection. Are we really activating here in our abdominals? Now, shoulders can be problematic for some of us. So if lifting your arms high doesn't feel good, you start to explore your own range of motion here for these leg raises. And let's do about 4 more each side. Nice job. 2 more each. 1 more each side. Back to those squats. I'm starting to feel those glutes really well. Down and up, I'm feeling the heart rate coming up. And 4 more squats. And 3, 2, and 1. Walk those feet in a little closer. You'll take your right foot, tap it back behind you as you reach your right arm forward. And then switch. Back and back. Now, if we do this nice and slow, each time you step back, you can give your heel a little press down into the floor. So you can push and lengthen through your calf muscle. If you're doing this really fast, maybe not pushing your heel all the way down, that could be considered a ballistic stretch and a little bit too forceful for that muscle. And again, for the shoulders, maybe you're here. Take this to your range of motion. But it is functional for us to raise our arm above the head, right? So when we don't have weights, I want you to really explore that range and reach it up. Because sometimes with the shoulders, it's a use it or lose it kind of thing. 4 more on each side. Is your body feeling warmed up? 3. I'm getting there. 2. 1 more each side. Then take your right foot back, plant it there, and hold a stretch. So try not to turn this back foot out. You'll lose your stretch. So bring it into parallel. Take your right arm up and take a little side bend over. And notice how the heart rate's feeling. You can even check if you've got a Fitbit, see where it's come to. Oh yeah, mine's definitely coming up towards zone 2. And then lower that arm down, bring it right across the front. Look the opposite direction. So I'm pulling my right arm across to the left side, looking over my right shoulder. A couple of breaths here. And then releasing that. We'll take a baby step forward with this back foot. Bend both knees and feel a stretch down low in your right ankle. That's going to get a little stretch into the Achilles tendon, into the soleus muscle. Take the hands forward, open up your shoulder blades, and if it feels comfortable for you, look down. You're taking any tension out of your upper trapezius. Scoop your abdominals in. All right, let's release that. Keep your right knee bent, straighten your left one and pull your toe up and point. Pull up and point. So this is a nice dynamic stretch for your calf, but we're working on this muscle here, the shin muscle. It's called the tibial anterior tibialis. That's what it's called. Anterior tibialis muscle. All right, one more, and then pull it up and hold it. Stretch down toward that foot. And we're not going super deep because we're still at the beginning of our workout. We just want to slightly elongate those muscles. One more breath. And then we'll come up. This front foot steps to the back as we press down into that calf stretch. Both toes straight ahead. We're almost in our tandem stance. You might feel a little bit tippy here with balance. If you do, you can step your feet a little wider apart. And let's reach the left arm up and side bend over. Here we're getting our hip flexor. We're getting the lat muscle and all through the side waist. Maybe a little bit up into our tricep a little bit, especially if you bend this elbow some. And a couple more breaths here. Your front knee is bent, so we have some activation of these muscles. All right, let's come up. Take that left arm right across the front. Look to the left side. It's a nice range of motion for your neck. Always really good to throw that in, looking as far as we can over both shoulders to keep our range of motion supple in the cervical spine. All right, let's come back to the front, release that. Take a little baby step forward with your back foot and bend both knees. You're coming down. Your back heel stays on the floor. If you let it lift up, you'll lose the stretch, so keep it down. Take your hands, push forward, open up your shoulder blades, and look down toward your knees. Scoop your abs in nice and tight. One more breath. And then we'll come up. Keep this back knee bent. You can place your hands here for support. Straighten your front leg and lift your toes up and point. Up and point. When we lift our toes up, that's known as dorsiflexion. When we point our toes down, it's called plantar flexion. Because the plantar area of our foot is the bottom of our foot. So when your foot is down, that'll help you remember that is plantar flexion. That's why they call it plantar warts, right? Yeah, if you have a wart on the bottom of your foot, it's a plantar wart. Let's do a couple more. There's your physiology education for today. All right, pick it up 10, hold it right here. So you're gonna keep this anterior tibialis tight as we stretch forward. We have a nice long spine with this, so try not to curve your back, but push your sitting bones back behind you as you stretch. And take 2 more breaths. And then let's come all the way up. Take this right foot that's in front, cross it behind your left. Take a nice big inhale, stretch up, grab your right wrist, give it a pull over. And you're pushing this right hip out that direction to get that IT band just a little bit. And then we come up, let the arms float down. Switch the crisscross of your feet. Right foot behind, open the arms out and up. Grab let's see, left foot is behind. Grab your left wrist and stretch over. Sometimes when I'm facing the camera, I revert back to my own direction. I do my best to keep track of that, but I know sometimes you know what I mean, right? I might say the wrong thing. All right, let's come up, open it out. Uncross the ankles, reach both hands behind your back, and take one more stretch here for the chest muscle. And I have given you a really good, approximately 15-minute warm-up. So your body should feel ready to rock and roll, and you should be knowing where you want to take this workout. Okay, so our first exercise, just for fun, I'm calling it the 52 card pickup. You know what the 52 card pickup is, right? When I was a kid, my dad used to say, let's play this card game, 52 card pickup. And then he'd throw the cards on the floor and go, okay, now pick them up. So we're going to be picking up our weights. So I have 4 sizes of hand weights. I have 8-pounders, 6.6, 5s, and 3s. So what I want you to do is, depending on how much room you have on your floor, I want you to put one of your weights on one end of your space and the other over on the other side. And I want you to do that with as many hand weights as you have. So I'm going to put my 8s, my 6s. Now when you do this, I want you to have some room behind your weights so that you can see where they're at on the floor and you're not going to step on them, okay? All right. So this is a very functional exercise because eventually we are going to be picking these weights up off the floor, doing some type of a strength training exercise, and then setting them back down. But before we do, the first is cardio. So what you're going to do, depending on how much space you have, is you're going to step side to side to one side of the room. Your outside hand will reach down to the floor and reach up. Then you'll step, step, step to the other side of your room. You'll reach the outside hand down and reach up. So let's get going with this because we're going to have a lot of options to make this a little bit more intense. So one thing you can do is raise up on your toes. Down and up. Now, do you have to completely touch the floor? No. But eventually we're going to be picking our weights up. So I want you to use this action to see if you can actually touch the floor. And with the cardio, again, I want you to try to lift your arm above your head if you can. You don't have a weight right now. So I want you to go for range of motion. Now, if it feels uncomfortable for you to step laterally, you can walk, 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 turn, and up, then walk, 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 turn, and up. So that's a wonderful option if it bothers your hips to walk from side to side. You can shuffle, 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 reach down and jump up off the floor. Shuffle, 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 reach down and jump. So let's do from here about 2 more minutes of this exercise, cardio driven. So our goal is to get that heart rate up for the cardio section and to explore the movements with the shoulders. So while we're doing 2 more minutes, I'm going to talk to you about what we're going to be doing with these weights. So you'll notice I'm coming over. I have my selection of 4 weights on this side. I have my selection on this side. So when we get to the strength training, you are going to be picking up one of your weights, and then you're going to do a strength training exercise with it, and that's going to depend on the heaviness of your weight. So if it's a really heavy one, you might just do a bicep curl. And if you do a light one, you might do an arm raise. So you guys have been taking my classes enough to know the exercises that work best for your body and your shoulders, and that you can experiment with and have some fun. We have 45 seconds. Good job, good job. Heart rate should be up. You don't have to reach that hand up every time, but it's going to reinforce which hand you're picking a weight up off the floor. 30 seconds. When we get to strength training, I want you to vary these weights that you're picking up. So not always the same size unless you only have one size. 15 seconds. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Stay with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, take a couple seconds. If you need a little drink break, grab a sip of water, because now we're moving into strength training. So our goal is to do squats, moving across. So you're going to go down into nice deep squats to get to the size of your weights. Then this hand will go first. You'll decide which one you want to pick up and what kind of exercise that you do. Set it down and go across again with your squats. Now you can also pick up the weight, do your exercise, and keep the weight while you're doing your squats, and then make a trade. Bring it to the floor, pick up another one, do an exercise, and come across. All right, we have 5 seconds to start. Get ready to squat across the room. 4, 3, 2, and go. So this is for strength, so it's not as fast. I want you to get some good deep squats. Then decide which weight you're going to pick up and decide which arm movement that you're going to do. Do you want to keep it with you? Then go back across. And when you get to the other side, you can make a switch. Good job. So you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but it gives you some ideas. So if you keep the weight when you're going across, that's going to give you a little extra body weight or extra resistance to your body weight. We can do that press above the head just like we did before and squat across. Now when you're squatting, you can also do some movements with your weight. If you're picking your weight up and bringing it across, remember which hand to go with, right? When we're on this side, it's the right hand. When we're on the other side, it's the left hand. Now, if you want to get really fun, your right hand and your left hand can do a movement with different size weights. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to pick up an 8-pounder on my left hand, a 3-pounder on my right, and I'm going to do a combination movement and then go out. So many fun things you guys can try with this. So I want you to really experiment with what you can do. Nice job, nice job. So picking up something off the floor is really functional. But if you're telling me I can't get all the way down and pick something up, then what I want you to do is keep a weight with you. Do your squats across. And then you're going to take that weight down as far as you want, but don't set it on the floor, okay? So there's always a plan. There's always a way that we can do things to make it functional and fun for us. We can also do a row and take it across. You guys, we have 1 minute and 10 seconds. Yeah. Are you doing the same exercise with both arms? Well, you don't necessarily have to, because you might have a shoulder injury on the right arm and you can't go above your head, but you can do it when you're on the left side. And that's okay. So get a little bit ingenious with your movements. Good job. Woo. I think I gave you the wrong time here. We're down to 1 minute to go. I think I said 120, but it was 140. Now your heart rate should still be up, right? Because these movements are big muscular actions. So that keeps that heart rate elevated, especially if you're doing those squats a little deeper. Now we have 35 seconds. Try a different exercise if you can think of one. Reinforce good alignment, good posture. If you're not picking up your weights, that's okay. 15 seconds. Almost there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. All right, grab a quick drink. So that's our first exercise, the 52 card pickup. I don't know if we picked something up 52 times, but I think it was pretty close. All right, so our next exercise is called the 3-point move. So for cardio, you're going to do this move as quickly as you can. This is for agility. Your right foot goes forward, side, back. Then you switch, left foot forward, side, back. If you want low intensity, point, 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 low intensity. If you want higher intensity, hop, 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 and jog yourself through all 3 movements. Are you ready to start? All right, for cardio, make sure your space is clear. Beginning now, right foot, right foot, right foot switch, left foot, left foot, left foot switch. All right, I'm not going to cue anymore because I don't want you to go necessarily at my pace. I want you to do this on your own. So you can vary the pace throughout this period of time. So maybe you're starting with the jogs, really kicking up that heart rate. And then as you get tired, then you might be coming down to a march or to a point out to the side. So you know what to do to alter the action to make it at your intensity level. So this movement is functional because we have to change directions in life. So say you're walking down the street and you're walking forward, and then all of a sudden there's some ice on the ground and you have to step over it. You have to move your body quickly and change direction. Good job. Stay with me. We have a little bit under 2 minutes to go. Forward, side, back. Now I'm just doing very athletic movements with my arms, but you can certainly do something different with your arms to play with this, because this is Functional Fitness Friday, and I want you to make it fun. Experiment with some different things you can do with your body. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. So when we do this with weights, I just want you to watch. You keep doing what you're doing. We're going to make this bigger, a lunge, a squat, and a lunge, then switch. So we're working the legs through a deeper range of motion. Keep it going, 45 seconds. You're going to have hand weights, and you're going to play with different things that you want to do for strength training as you're doing the 3-point lunge. Good job, 30 seconds. Do you need to slow it down a little bit? If you do, that's okay. I just want you to keep moving, if at all possible, through this entire sequence. Good. 15 seconds. Nice. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, quick swig of water. As you decide what hand weights you want to pick up in your hands as we do the strength training 3-point move. So if you have heavier weights, you're probably going to be doing a short lever exercise, like bicep curls, upright rows, that kind of thing. So an example would be step forward curl, step side upright row, step back curl. So they're smaller movements. If you have lighter weights, you can make these a longer lever movement. Maybe step forward, shoulder raise, step out, shoulder raise, step back, tricep kick back. Okay, so pick up your weight. Get ready to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and begin. So I'm just going to start with legs only. Lunge, squat, lunge, and switch. Lunge, squat, lunge, and switch. Now adding arm movements. Good. And just vary these. Make them functional. If there's something that you do in your life as a hobby and you know that a certain movement would help that, then those are the things I want you to do. If the arms get tired, take them out through the sequence or switch your weights. If you've got something different, make a quick change and try something else. 3-point movement, right leg. Then your left. Good job, everybody. 90 seconds to go. Minute and a half. If the legs get tired, instead of making this a deep lunge, you can just step forward, step out, and step back. Just doing something, all those 3 directions of movements. You can do one arm, the other arm, one arm. Just keep alternating a single side. That's pretty challenging on the brain. Good job, good job. 45 seconds. You can set your weights totally down if you need to. I am working up a sweat. 30 seconds to go, everybody. Then we'll be done with our 3-point move. Good job. Change it up. Change it up. 10 seconds. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, weights down. Grab a quick drink. That's exercise number 2, the 3-point move. Exercise number 3, we're going to do the salsa step. So I'll teach you the salsa. Then we will do it for cardio. We've got to do it on the right lead, then the left, and then we'll bring it in for strength training. So your space is clear. The salsa, if we start with the right foot, it goes forward, together. The left foot goes back, together. Forward, together, back, together. Let's try one more. Forward, together, back, together. Now when we switch to the left lead, left leg goes forward, together, right leg goes back, together. Let's do 2 more. It just depends on if you're the lead or you're the follow as to which one you do first. Let's do 1 more. Forward, together, back, together. Okay, so salsa on the right, 1 minute. Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Right leg forward, left leg back. Right leg forward, left leg back. Now, those of you that have some salsa dance experience, you can make this a little bit of a Latin motion. Get those hips in, use your arms, or you can make it more athletic. Punch it up and punch it down. Up. Good. You can run this. So you're really getting the heart rate up, or you can just step it and make it your Latin style. It's all exercise. It's all functional. Just depends on where you want to take it. Good, keep it going. We're still going right foot forward, left foot back. And we have 10 seconds. Good job, good job. 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. Switch sides. Left foot goes forward, right foot goes back. 1 minute. Left, right. Left, right. We have to work the opposite brain, right? And those of you that do Latin dancing, unless you're a woman and you lead sometimes, you never go the other direction necessarily, right? So we just have to think about switching our brain and doing the other foot forward and back. We can make it athletic. We can bring down the intensity. But the count is 1, 2, 3, hold, 5, 6, 7, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold, 5, 6, 7. Good job. 15 seconds, everybody. Nice job. Woo. Up, back. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. So maybe you were thinking about what you want to do with hand weights. For our strength training, we do a lunge forward with the right foot, a lunge back with the left. So we'll be doing 1 minute of our salsa lunge, and then we'll switch left foot forward, right foot back in 1 minute. It's up to you what you want to do for weights. So pick up something that's going to work good for you. I'm going to grab my 6.6s, and I just want you to change up the lifting movements with your arms appropriate for your body and appropriate for what the weight is you have. Let's get ready to start. Right foot's in front first in 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Right foot lunge, left foot lunge. Right foot forward, left foot back. Change the arms, whatever you want. Good job. And I'm just giving you some options for styling. Oh, styling is a word we use in dance, not necessarily in strength training. I wouldn't usually say styling in strength training, but that's okay. I'm going to use that term. 25 seconds. Still going right foot forward, left foot back. If you need to take down the intensity, take your lunge out and just step your foot. Nice job, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and pause. Shake out your legs a little bit. Okay, salsa lunge. Left foot goes forward, right foot goes back in 5, 4, 3, 2, begin. Step forward lunge, other foot steps back lunge. Get ready to add your weights. Whatever you want to do here. Challenge your body, make it fun, and play with it. So that's a big part of making things fun when we're working out. So when we were kids, exercise was playtime, right? It was recess. So make this fun, make it playtime, make it recess. Just keep moving, listening to your body. 25 seconds to go. Nice job, everybody. Oh, I wish I could see all of you. I can barely see Linda on her camera there. It's so far across the room, but I can see her going. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Weights down, grab a drink. That was our salsa step and salsa lunge. All right, next exercise. From time to time, we've done a little bit of kickboxing. So now we're going to bring in an athletic sport of boxing. We're going to learn some punches, uppercuts, hooks, and jabs. We'll do that for the cardio, and then we're going to do similar movements with our weights. So make sure your space is clear. I want you to bring your fists up right underneath your chin. This is your guard position. So it's guarding your face so that somebody doesn't punch you in the chin. So your arms stay here, but your shoulder blades are down. Try not to hunch up and do the Minnesota shrug. Drop it down. Take your feet a little bit wider than hips distance, and we go down and up, down and up. This is the bob and weave. Ready? And speed it up. You're going to do your speed of bob and weave. So I want you to start to rotate your body a little bit. When you do your bob and weave, bring the opposite shoulder slightly across. I'm picking up my foot off the floor and tapping my toes. I'm not staying grounded and trying to turn my body. So you have to unload the foot as you're doing the bob and weave. Okay, so this is our standard movement. Let's add a jab. So we go forward, 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 forward. So when I'm doing my bob and weave to the right, my left arm jabs and vice versa. All right, let's do about 30 seconds of jabs. Bob and weave, down and up. Jab and pull back. Nice retraction. If you're getting tired, just do it right here. You can take the bob and weave out and just make it a weight shift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your bob and weave. You're in guard position. Next punch is the uppercut. So as I do my bob and weave, I go under, 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 under. So the target is right underneath the chin as we punch. 30 seconds, go hard with that uppercut. Add some rotation through your waist. Let's bring out your inner boxer and your inner athlete. Now this isn't a really big circle around like this. That's going to bother your shoulder. So keep it tight, a little bit of a circular action, and then come up and jab. And last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay with your bob and weave. Our last punch is called the hook. So we slightly go down and punch into the center. And again, it's not this big movement like this. I want you to keep it tight. Let's go 30 seconds. Bob and weave with our hook. Now, if your shoulders start to bother you, maybe go back to the uppercut or back to the jab. So you have other punches to work with, or you can just do the bob and weave. All right, 15 seconds. Heart rate should be up. Nice and strong. We're breathing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, rest. Okay, so picking up hand weights. I'm going to pick up kind of a light to moderate size for my punches. So you'll hold the weights at your chest. You squat down like you're going to do the bob and weave and press across. Down and press. So that's our first one. You can keep it low. Make this feel good for your shoulder. Okay, let's go 30 seconds. Down and push. So you'll notice I've really slowed things down. I want you to feel this in your abdominals. Make sure you're pivoting off of the heel. On that side, you're lifting up. So you can turn your body. 15 seconds. You can do this without weights if you need, or something super light to hold on to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those arms. Roll the shoulders a couple times. We'll do the uppercut or a bicep curl. So as we come down into our bob and weave, we'll come down and bring it up. Down and bring it up. All right, have you got it? 30 seconds, go. So this is a nice little exercise for the rotator cuff. We're still getting our squats. We're coming down and up. I'm not making this movement really big with my arm when I have weights. I'm keeping it in tight. 15 seconds. Good job, everybody. Wow, I'm really working up a sweat here. Woo! But that's what we're after. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Okay, relax those arms a little bit. So the one we're going to do for the hook is an upright row. So I want you to take it down. Arms are in front of you. As you come to the side, lift, down and lift. Down and lift. So this upright row is just a suggestion. If you want to do a front arm raise, you can do a front arm raise. If you want to do an overhead press. So you decide from there once I give you that suggestion of the arm movement. Keep it coming. Down and up with the legs. A little bit of movement through the core. 10 seconds to go. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weights are down. Grab a drink. Oh boy. So our last exercise, can we believe we're at our last one already? You will need an optional chair. So if you don't have one, that's okay. I have other things you can do without the chair. If you have a chair, you're going to be right here. Very functional movement to sit down on a chair and stand up. So for our cardio, this is going to involve a little bit of balance and definitely quadriceps. So as we sit down on the chair, we lean forward to stand up and we lift a leg and then we sit down. If you don't have a chair, you're just coming down to where you think a chair would be. You can add a hop off the floor. So get ready. We have 2 minutes of this movement in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Now you don't have to bring your arms up. You can reach them forward, but I do want you to try to lift the knee and slightly hold it to balance. This is going to work our core. The knee lift can become anything you want. You can circle it around. That's another kind of kickboxing movement, right? You can give it a little kick forward. So it's something on one foot for you to work your balance, something with your arms, and then you decide on the speed. 1 minute, 15 seconds to go. Try maybe a little hop off the floor. Just a tiny one, up. That's going to work that bone density, right? Bone building, the osteoblasts, the osteoclasts, working to make our bones more dense. 45 seconds remaining. Good job, good job. I can hop off one foot a little bit easier than the other. My right foot's definitely stronger. 30 seconds. Maybe change those arms, play around with it. Work your balance. 15 seconds. Very functional work. 10. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Okay, for strength training, I want to work our triceps. So here's your option if you have a chair. Number 1 option is to do a tricep dip. So you bring the heel of your hands to the front of your chair. You're sitting on the end. You are going to lift your bum up off the chair. Bend your elbows, they're pointing to the back. Sit up, sit on your chair, and then stand up and you can lift your knee. Now, if you've got weights and you don't have it, and you don't want to do the triceps, grab your weights. Sit down on the chair, do a tricep extension, then come up, and a tricep extension, and come up. If it bothers your shoulders to go over your head, sit on your chair, do a tricep kickback, and then stand up, and a tricep kickback, and stand up. Okay, do you have the one that's going to work good for you? I'll mix and match so I can continue to show you the options. 2 minutes to do this. I'm going to start with the dips. Ready and begin. Tricep dip, stand up. Tricep dip, stand up. So if you're doing the tricep dips, you can also do this. Lift one foot off the floor, do your dip, and then try to stand up with that foot lifted. Tricep dip and stand up. All right, you keep going with the dips if that's what you're doing. Your next option here, tricep overhead extension and stand up. Good job. Going at a pace that works good for your body for muscle control. Working those triceps above the head. Good job. We have 1 minute remaining. If you're doing the tricep kickback, you can be here, come forward on your chair, kick back, stand up. If you have no chair at all, you can be doing squat to tricep kickback here. You can be doing kickback here and stand up. Good job. Just a little bit over 30 seconds. This is our final exercise. I called this one the sit and dip. Keep it going, keep it going. Nice job. 15 seconds. Beautiful, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Put those weights down. Grab a drink. Wow, nicely done, everybody. It is time for some stretching. So I'm going to use my chair as an option to stretch. If you've got one, great. If you don't, I'll give you choices as well. So standing up, moving around gently will help that heart rate to come down, to come back into our recovery mode. So for our first stretch, we want to get the hamstring. We're going to do that 2 ways. Take your right foot up onto the chair and stretch towards it, or sit on the chair, take your right foot forward and stretch down. So let's take that stretch that's appropriate for you. We'll be holding it about 30 to 40 seconds. We can have this knee softly bent. Try not to lock it out. Try not to push down on your leg. That's going to cause it to lock a little bit. You can pull your toes up. If you have a yoga strap at home, you can strap that around the bottom of the foot as well. And breathe. 10 seconds here. Just elongating those muscles back out so you're ready to move along with your day. And then slowly come up. All right, let's get into the other side. Left foot can come forward or sitting in your chair. Elongate, nice long spine, hinge from your hips and fold down. Oh, this left side is really super tight. I just automatically started massaging that muscle there. I can feel it. Feels like tight piano wire. That's a good technique sometimes. It's almost like a little bit of gentle foam rolling while you're doing a stretch to just massage and just do some gentle acupressure. Find a spot, kind of push on it, and that might help release some tension in that muscle. 10 seconds. Is your heart rate better? Coming down. One more breath. And come up. So now we'll stretch the calves. We got a lot of work with those calves. We'll take the right foot, push it down to the floor. Move my chair a little bit. And you can hold here upright. You can bring your hands down to the chair. You can even slide that foot back a little further to really elongate that muscle. Back foot is parallel, pointing straight ahead. So when we stretch this muscle and the leg is completely straight, we get what's called the gastrocnemius, so that bigger muscle in your calf. If you step in a little bit and bend your knee like this, ooh, that stretch goes into the soleus and the Achilles tendon. So maybe try a little bit of both. And let's hold 10 seconds. One more breath. And coming up. Good. Other foot goes straight back. So we can be standing completely upright. We can bring the hands down a little bit and slide that foot back further and press your heel down to the floor. Another good stretch is a downward dog. So if you have your mat, you want to go all the way down to the floor with your hands. You can do your down dog with one knee bent and the other heel pressing in. So our first few breaths, we'll keep that leg nice and straight. And then if you want to try to grab the soleus and Achilles tendon, take a little bitty step forward and bend your back knee and keep your heel down. What a different feel that is. Really different. Both stretches are good, and we need both to keep that flexibility in our ankles, lower leg. 10 seconds. One more breath. And come up. Our last stretch is for our hips, our hip opener. So if you're standing up, we'll make this cross ankle over the thigh, figure 4 stretch, and bring your hands down to your chair for balance. If you'd rather, you can sit right in your chair, cross the ankle over the thigh, and let your chest fold over. And keep this foot flexed, because that's going to keep your knee really a good integrity in your knee joint so that your knee doesn't actually twist. It'll put that feel of a stretch into your hip joint. And we'll be here 10 seconds. If you're standing up, you can also let go of the chair and practice a little balance. All right, let's come on up, switch to the other side. So if you're seated in your chair, flex your ankle, cross it over your thigh, open this knee out, and fold your chest down. Or standing up, you bring that ankle across the thigh, open the knee out, and then lower your chest down, supporting on your chair, or you can let go with your hands. Flex this ankle. And that would be dorsiflexion, pulling your toes toward your